Let's paint a cat together. First I will choose a reference and I will find something that was already made in watercolor to make it easier for myself to understand the strokes. To keep it simple, I will choose a close-up of a cat. And I think I'll go with this one, right here. Okay. And I will open it in a new tab by right-clicking and open in a new tab. And then it should open right up. There we go. And we've got our reference ready. We're going to use watercolor paper because it holds more water and it's thicker. Oop, there's a kitty. Let's turn to our new page and let's start drawing. Let's go. And I will start my sketch by preparing kind of where I want the subject to be. Planning out where I want the top of the head to be, the bottom of the head, how wide the head is going to be, and where the ears fit. Because we don't want them to kind of like appear somewhere here where we can't see them at all. You get it? So I'm gonna make a circle in the middle of the page, kind of roughly. And don't forget, this is just a light sketch, so we don't want anything to be like super hard in the paper or anything, because then it would be really hard to erase. So I'm gonna just plan it out a little bit. So here's the top of the head. Here's the bottom. That's where it's a little pointy. And now we want the head to be kind of round still, not too wide, not too narrow. Here we got the little points. And the body continues there. Again, here it's a little more wide. It's a little wider. And the body continues right there. We can't really see that in the image, so yeah, I just kind of like to imagine that the body kind of continues there. And now the ears. We can't see the top of the ears, but I'm just gonna wing it. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is like your beginning stage with watercolors. So I'm just gonna do something like this. And now I'm gonna make the rest of the sketch and I'll see you there.
I make time for you, I don't have to cancel plans while you make your own. Sit and wait for you to call me while you forget you have a phone. Wish it wasn't so forgettable. Do you ever think about me first? I know that you're busy, but at least we're busy being hurt.
Okay, now that we've got the sketch done, it's time to bring out the watercolors. And I'm just gonna get right there. Here's my art stuff. And right here, there we go. I'm using Mungyo watercolors. I think I said that wrong, but that's okay. And I will be using these brushes. I think they're synthetic, however you say it. But they're good for me. And yeah, I like using them. They're pretty smooth. And let's go. So now, let's go for the equipment. So we've got watercolors, of course, some brushes, water and some paper. And yes, toilet paper will suffice. This is for drying up the brush after you've used too much water or anything like that. So, yeah, that's good. One more step we need to do before we start painting is we need to clean up the sketch and make the pencil a little less visible. So I'm gonna use my elastic eraser. I have mine in this small jar. Come on, get out. Get out. Come on. Wait, I'm just gonna, sorry. Okay, finally got it out. Sorry about that. And that's because watercolors are translucent. And so we need to kind of do this everywhere. So the eraser will, kneaded eraser, that's what it's called, sorry. It will pick up the pigment of the graphite, and it should just leave you with a very light sketch that won't show up in the final piece. So you will only see the watercolors and not the actual sketch. So just clean this up and we should be done. So I'm just gonna put this back. Don't worry about this mess, by the way. It's from something else. And I'll see you right back. Okay, welcome back. We should be good to go. So I'll just grab one of the brushes. And now about the brush size, because I think that's something a lot of people struggle with. Like when choosing a brush size, when choosing, sorry. For me, personally, I like to go with this one. It's 10, size 10, and I don't know if it's gonna focus. There we go. And that's for the big large areas, and one for details. This one is 0, but you can also go larger. And these are Aquafine Dollar Brownie, I think. Not sponsored or anything. I just like to show the brand because some people might want to buy them and stuff. I recommend them, but they're not as good as natural brushes, which are made from like squirrel fur and stuff like that. Those are really expensive and they get damaged really easily. So if you have non-synthetic brushes, do not ever leave them in water because they're gonna get damaged like crazy fast. Okay? Got it? Let's go. So, enough rambling, let's get to this. Okay, so I just realized my camera turned off, so I will continue as if nothing happened. Just please don't like be mad at me. I had no idea it happened. I was so confused. I was so focused on finishing off the ears that I just didn't notice. Okay, let's get back to business. Another pink thing on the in the image is the nose, so let's do that. There we go. And we're just gonna use a little bit more of the, gonna make like a gradient. See, the wet on wet technique is really good for gradients because it gives you more gives you more of that softness. Oops. If you have like a Posca marker, like a thin one, you can add in the white later, if you want like whiskers or something like that. It's really easy. Okay, and I think that covers the pink spots. We're gonna add in the shading later. For now, I would probably focus more on the eyes, because it's another kind of tone we need to add. And I'm just gonna grab some kind of a shade of green, maybe this one. It's always best to test out your shades of your watercolors on a separate palette, paper, anything that, probably not paper, because that would not be the best, because you never know what's hiding behind those dried up blocks of watercolor. So I'm just gonna paint in the eyes. And we don't have to worry about the highlights, because we can add them later with a really opaque white. And I know this is not really it doesn't seem like the right color, but we're gonna add that later. So it's more bluish, kind of, not too much. This one could be good. Yes, that's the one. There we go. And I'm just gonna this and add it here, so we'll lighten up the places where we have the highlights. Now I'm not a watercolor master or anything. It's one of my favorite techniques actually, so thought I would share my love for it. Okay. Alright. Let's go. We have the base of the eyes. Now we have to work on something else for a moment, so it could dry. Because when you look at the strokes, it's more dry than wet. So let's work on the patches of gray. Now I don't know about you, but I see a little bit of purple. Purple is probably one of these ones. Yes, there we go. This is exactly the shade I need. I'm gonna add a little bit of blue and a wee bit of grey. I hope that doesn't like you're boring too much. Keep in mind that this is not going to be perfect, because we can't get the strokes to be like just as the original but we can try. I'm gonna put this right here on the nose, a little bit here, and a little bit here, and here. Okay. And now we need to go more blue. To do the rest of the shadows. Keep it a gray. There we go. That's a nice blue. And let's go a little more opaque now. That's it. It's amazing. Not what I'm making, but like the color is amazing. I wouldn't call mine amazing. It's still a work in progress. Okay. Starting to make a little. And I think the eyes have dried up now, so let's add some shading to them. So we've got this green right here, and we need to make it a little darker. Okay, let's go. Let's just add a little bit of water in case it's too opaque. And let's try this. Yes, that's it. Okay, it's still recording. That's good. I think I'll blend it out a little bit by using water again. Let's add some more pigment to the nose as well. Basically, the entire nose is filled with this color, except for the little part there. I will kind of blend it out a little bit. There we go. There we go. And now I'm just gonna use this a little bit here. But we need more violet. And a little bit more blue. There we go. See, now that the shadow is starting to build up, thanks to the patches that we did before, and the different layers. Okay. And I think I'll start building up the black things, the black spots. There we go. Not too dark. It's a little too blue. Or water. There we go. Now what I'm trying to do here is achieve those strokes in the fur. That look like little stripes. And when they're layered, it creates this kind of nice effect. I think that the eyes are dried up now, so I think I should be able to add the pupils now. I'm gonna do this with a smaller brush to achieve more detail. I'm just gonna start up with the pupils. Whoops, that's not the best. Hey. Now we're gonna frame the eyes with the eyeliner later, because we still need to add a lot of layers of the black. It's really big ones. There we go. And I'm gonna add a little bit of dark on the tips of the ears. Here's the very tip of the head. Okay, and now we need to wait. So in the meantime, we can work on the nose. Because the nose is still not finished. So let's add the nostrils. Let's add a little bit of brown to that, to kind of shade it in. Now I think we can finally work on the eyes. Počkej, nechoď sem úplně, něco nahrávám, počkej.
A stopnout to asi nemůžeš, veď? Tak já jsem jenom chtěla říct, že jsi ta neúžasnější holčička, strašně moc děkuji za ty fotky. Šikovná holka. Takže ty nahráváš malování a pak to budeš stříhat.
Proč se ptáš?
Zajímavé. se nebudou dát. Se nebudou stávat. Ne, ten nebude ten zvuk, že jde v tom.
Ne, aspoň z tohohle ne, já to potom nemluvím zvlášť.
To pak můžu ukazovat jako videa. Nic se uzdáš, jak to dělat.
No právě to jsem chtěla.
Můžu naučit lidi malovat.
Já jsem právě chtěla zkusit jako třeba jenom nějakým kamarádům to poslat jako prostě základy s vodovkama.
To si můžu dát na ty stránky. To základní kurz. A vydělávat na něm.
Možná. Promyslím to.
Jako online, jako vygádáš, můžeš mít online.
Mhm. Jo, ty taky. Dobrou noc.
Já budu mít ráno teďka na 8, jo.
Dobře, dobře.
23 tady.
Now let's just add a little bit of shading to the eyes. Okay. The nose is a little smaller than in the reference. But that should be okay. Now I should be able to put the final layers on. Okay, so it turns out my phone died. So now for the past 20 minutes or something, I wasn't recording actually. So I think I'll just record this just really quickly so my phone doesn't die again. And wait, I can't open this. Sorry. I'm just trying to get my Posca marker to work. Oops. And we're just gonna add these little triangles in here. And here. Dot. Double, double. And a little bit here on the chin. And some whiskers. Okay. So whiskers, let's go. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. just a little bit in the ears. And I think we're done. Okay. Yay! We did it! Here's our little cat. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, or like a draw along or something. I don't know. There's a reference. It looks a little different from my interpretation, but that's fine. That's what art is about, right? Yeah. I'm tired, so I'm gonna go to sleep. Bye-bye. See you soon, friends. And I hope you enjoyed this. Yay. Bye.